All right, here I am at the Stillwater Library, and this friendly gentleman, Steve, came and just started talking to me about lots of positive stuff. He gave me compliments on my gear. He didn't stare at me funny for my backpack.
No, I didn't.
What's going on, Steve?
Well, not too much. I'm just running around here putting up signs for an art festival. I'm the art director for it, and it's in Hudson, Wisconsin. It's a one-day art festival, and all the artists are nature-oriented. So you've got people that are either inspired by nature, or they're using recycled materials, or they're just combining things in a very unique way. But all of it's very, let's keep the earth in good shape.
Wow.
The Carpenter Nature Center, there's actually two of them. That's why this thing's really unique. The Carpenter Nature Center is in Hastings, Minnesota, and in Hudson, Wisconsin.
I see.
And the one in Hastings, Minnesota is huge. It's like 750 acres, and it is done right. It has beautiful facilities. It has groomed trails, cross-country, snowshoe, hiking, whatever you want. You can rent stuff and float down the river. That being said, the Hudson, Wisconsin Carpenter Nature Center it's smaller. It's like still 350 acres, but it was pretty much unknown. So the idea a few of us had is, what if we have an art festival at the Wisconsin place? People will come to the art festival for the art, and then they'll become aware that it exists, and maybe they'll support it, and maybe it will make some headway. And this is our 6th year for the art festival, and we've made great headway. The turnout has gone from 0, right, where people didn't know where it was, to the last art festival, which wasn't last year because of COVID, but the year before. For a one-day art festival in the middle of nowhere, we had 1,800 people come. So, headway was made. They are now building a nice nature center on the Wisconsin chunk. So, that's a good deal.
Yeah, wow.
But, so anyway, what I'm doing today, since Jeremiah was kind enough to ask, is running around very old school and putting up posters.
Let's take a look.
Yeah.
That's really well done. Is that your art on there? Just
No, that's the featured artist this year, an artist named Kat Corrigan.
I love the style.
Yeah. We have a different featured artist every year. They are all regional, some from Minnesota, some from Wisconsin. And the really cool part, to be honest, is at the end of the art festival, the artists and vendors donate a portion of their sales to the Carpenter Nature Center.
Oh my gosh, wow.
So it's like a win for everybody. Everybody wins.
Yeah.
Everybody wins.
Yeah, I'm big into conservation. I'm also a fine artist, so you're talking my language.
Yeah, I mean, that's the name of the game as far as I'm concerned. So everybody wins. Everybody has a great day out there. The Wisconsin Carpenter Nature Center, 300 some odd acres, 50 I think. This area, the art festival will have 50 artists. We'll have a local winery, a local brewery, assorted foods.
What day is this?
August 21st.
Oh man, I won't be here.
Shoot. Well, you get the sign anyway.
Yeah,
I'll
sure.
just give it to you.
I'll take it.
But yeah, it is just a really cool event. And what's kind of fun too is, in addition to the art, which is very high quality stuff, it's not just crap. And some of it's just extraordinary, to be honest with you.
I believe you.
The Carpenter Nature Center has a big booth, and they show up, of course, with live birds, reptiles, frogs, all kinds of stuff. And they walk around with snakes wrapped around their arms and owls hanging on their arms and stuff.
So kid friendly.
It's super kid friendly. Yeah. It's just a wonderful event. So I'm happy to be involved with it. And
was this part of your brainchild, or were you like part of the group, or you're just helping?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Like a group collaboration? Was there someone who had like an aha moment, and then they just...
To be honest with you, my wife and I kind of had an aha moment.
Really?
Yeah. And...
Is she also an artist?
Well, she's a photographer.
Yeah.
She doesn't think of herself as a photographer, right?
I see, yeah.
But
I find some of the best photographers are also the most humble.
Oh, yeah. And most of these people really, really are. In fact, some of the more interesting artists that I've met, there are two camps. Young people starting out,
yeah,
that are just knocking it out of the park.
Really?
They don't know what the quality is of their work yet.
So they're not attaching a high enough value to it.
Right. So, and this
you set your own value. You know?
And in this case, in many cases, I do. I pick the artists.
Yeah.
So I make sure for a one-day event, it's not overloaded with ceramics or overloaded with jewelry or overloaded with anything.
Cool.
So we get like a couple, 2-3 people in a medium that are the best I can get my hands on, and they are radically different. So for the new ones starting out, this is great. Gets their feet wet.
Yeah.
They hang out with professional artists. They have the experience, which is super. And then the flip side of that are the old retired guys. They also don't give a damn if they sell anything or not, but they do things that are amazing. Many of them in this area are woodworkers and wood turners.
Oh,
and
really?
stuff.
And my father was a woodworker.
Yeah, it's just, that's not my line at all. I work in glass.
Yeah.
But the woodworking guys, they floor me.
No way. What type of stuff do they make for nature?
Oh gosh. Well, in addition to using a lot of different kinds of woods, which is, has a lot to do with it, many of them use recycled woods.
Cool.
From old buildings and
Yeah.
old this and old that. I've got a lot of cedar trees, and every now and then I take one down because it's in bad shape or whatever. I've got a guy that takes that, and in fact, this one guy, Tom Weber is his name, and he's extraordinary. His whole thing is making canoe paddles.
Really?
And he makes the most beautiful damn canoe paddles out of many kinds of wood,
Yeah.
many designs, and he sells them, but to the best of my knowledge, at least at the art festival, and he does sell them, they never hit water. They are so beautiful. People hang them up over their doors, they hang them on the wall, they hang them in their kitchen.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's something, because a canoe paddle is a basic shape. You kind of know it when you see it. But his work is so high quality that it elevates it past the functional level, which is cool.
He's like creating a new niche in art.
Yeah, it's just wonderful. But anyhow, Jeremiah asked me to sit here and talk to whoever you are, and I don't even know where to look.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really not not good at this sort of thing. But I'm plugging the Carpenter Art Festival, celebrating arts and nature in the St. Croix River Valley, and music, art, food, drinks, blah, 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 rain or shine.
Yeah.
And it's on Facebook and all that crap.
Well,
And,
how about your art? Is there any way people can see your art, like online?
yeah, actually, I do have a website.
I can hook a link at the end of this video. They can watch to the end. I can try. I can't put it up till I have 1,000 subscribers, but in next week, once I do, I can throw a link up. They can go right to your website.
That's okay. My stuff, I do have a website, but it's not up to date, and a lot of the stuff I've got is already sold and gone and things.
You're having too much fun working on the art. I get it.
Well, I do, and
I totally get it.
And I get enough from it without even going online or doing Etsy whatevers, and I don't know.
You don't even need to promote yourself. That's awesome.
But I do stained glass, and one of the things that I kind of stumbled into was small tables and wine racks.
Cool.
People have these old, well, they're kind of out of date wine racks, and they're like little metal things, and they're about this high.
Yeah.
And they hold 10, 12 bottles, whatever, and usually there's a clear glass shelf on the top.
Uh-huh.
And you can see them all over the place. Well, I get them for not much, and then I take the clear glass off. I do my artwork on top of it. I put the clear glass back on, and all of a sudden it's a whole new wine rack.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's kind of nice. So I'm in wineries and galleries and stuff with that. But
Cool.
yeah.
Well, if I could think of just one or two questions
Sure.
before I let you run.
Sure.
I'm sure there's plenty of artists watching this, and one thing I suffer through is artist block. Do you have any tips to help fight through artist block? I know it's tough. We all feel it.
That's a tough call. Yeah.
Any tips that have worked for you, coping skills, or when you really just struggled to go at it for like a week or two? Is there anything you've done, any ritual you've done for yourself? Or?
A really good question. I can. It's nice. I can tell I'm talking to an art person. This is great. Let me just describe a little bit what I do when I hit the wall.
Please.
Like that. When I'm working in stained glass, I have lots and lots of glass, but I also incorporate agates and crystals and bones and fossils and rusty metal and all kinds of things. But sometimes you let the material dictate where you're going with it. For example, I found on the street during a bike ride some flat rusty metal. I mean, it was like a million little holes in it, and it was just rusty, but I liked the color of the rust.
Uh-huh.
I liked the texture, and I thought, okay. And I found a couple more that I liked, and I thought I can use this somehow. But the whole gist of it was 3 pieces of rusty metal, and I didn't know where I was going with it. And I figured if I could put colored glass behind it, behind the metal, It'd be like looking through Belgian lace or something.
Yeah.
And then I used rusty barbed wire with it. So
No way.
the whole creative design evolved on the spot with the 3 chunks, and it's almost a diagonal thing with rusty metal, old wooden frame, that kind of thing. Sometimes the glass, when I get sheets of glass, there is a chunk to the glass that I find stunning. And my job is not to screw it up. That's my job.
Yeah.
Now, as the artist, I can do whatever the hell I want, but this one slab of glass is so beautiful in itself. Anything I do to it, I ask myself, am I making this better for that glass?
I see.
If it works. And that helps, because sometimes you want to hang your idea on something external. You know, I'm thinking of this, or I'm, moved by that. I use a lot of music. I listen to music all the time. That helps. But sometimes when you're just kind of stuck, you just look at the material and you go, all right, what direction is this going?
So just let the materials kind of guide you.
Yeah, that's it. That's
Wow.
it. You got to be open to it. There are a lot of people that go the other direction and they say, screw it. I got the glass. I'm doing this. Here's my design. My design is so almighty perfect. I can't possibly change my design.
Yeah.
Bullshit. Of course you're going to change your design. And you're going to change it anyway. So start the change, start the evolution of the work earlier, and let the good things dictate to you where you ought to go instead of being a top-down kind
Yeah.
of decision.
So it sounds like you're suggesting to be a little more fluid.
Yeah. I like, see, the thing is, I work with glass, so if I make a mistake and it breaks wrong, that's going to change the design entirely.
Yeah.
Now, maybe a lot, maybe a little, not much. But I really admire the painters that just, particularly the ones that are working outdoors with a plein air approach,
Yeah, that's what I love.
they
Plein air.
they react right then to whatever's going on, whether it's clouds, whether it's smells, whether it's people around, whatever it is, and you can see it in their work. And I love that, because those people are so open to what they're doing and where they're doing. They're not going, oh, no, this is my seascape, now I got to do it just like this. No, you don't.
Yeah.
And it to me, it makes their work more alive. And I think that's true in any medium, really.
Well, that is awesome. Do you have any other messages you'd like to share for fellow artists?
Oh God, no. Other than keep doing what you're doing, and do
doing
it a lot.
Yeah.
And I don't know who's watching this and what kind of art you're involved with, but when in doubt, make it bigger. That's it.
Bigger's better.
Bigger's better for me. I what's the worry? You can do small things that are nice. You can do big things that are nice. If you can swing it, work bigger. And if you're used to working bigger, work maybe a little smaller and see how that affects you. But generally speaking, people start with an 8 by 10 piece of paper and they do something. Okay. Let it breathe. Let it grow.
Well, your advice is so much appreciated, and honestly, just again, you coming here and just talking to me and being so
Sure.
open
Happy to.
made me feel really good.
Good.
Thank you so much. Hope you have a great day.
You too, Jeremiah. A pleasure.
A pleasure.